What was normal to have in 2010 but not 2020? Funny ringtones. Everyone had some ridiculous comedy ringtone for a couple of years there. And then in like 2011 we just mutually decided as a culture to keep our phones on vibrate. Except old people on trains. Bingly bong bong dingly dong dong deedly doo doo doo. Things with mustaches on them. I remember I had a pair of shades that had mustaches on them and I thought they were so pimpin'. Also galaxy theme everything. Burn CDs that you wrote on top of. Fear of the world ending in 2012. CD/DVD drive. Yesterday I took my laptop out. It's a ThinkPad I run CAD stuff on. I wanted to play Absolute Fabulous DVD because I'm sick and bored. And wanted to lay in bed. Then I realized, I don't have a device with a DVD/CD player. My tower doesn't have one. My laptop doesn't have. I can't even recall when was the last I needed one other than last night. Everything from programs to media I basically have either online or on USB storage. A tube television. A regular savings account that gave several % interest. Even with only $200 in it. And you weren't charged a maintenance fee on it because it was under the $300 minimum. Belief that George W. Bush was the worst president ever. There's a shelf life for believing a president is the worst ever. And it goes to election cycles. I remember hearing up and down that Bill Clinton was the worst thing to ever happen to America. Then George W. Bush. And currently either Obama or Trump. It's interesting how short-sighted and present-centric we are with our already insanely polarized political beliefs, which wane over time. 2010 Ellen would not be chilling with Jubia. That's for sure. A computer room. Similar to an office room where only one computer would be located. Typically a desktop. Now everyone has their own laptops. iPhone 4. Then it was cool and everyone wants it. Now they are hating on you and you are considered poor. Rainbow stuff if you're not LGBTQ. Now it's just assumed that if you wear rainbow you're gay. Probably like those rainbow loom rubber band bracelet thingies because there is not a single, and I mean single, kid or adult with these bracelets. I guess this is something to do with trends and those come and go. Paper maps in your car. I still have my Melways, 2010. I think, in my boot. I know someone said GPS mounted in your car but they were expensive for people later me so I asked mom for Christmas for a Melways. I was working at a primary school. They had to use a Melways for something because another class had the laptops. They, the students, were shocked to learn that Google Maps didn't always exist. An iPod. I found mine out while cleaning a month ago so I brought it to work cause I'm sick of the Spotify adverts. Got quite a few eye rolls and some "are you trying to be hipster" comments. But honestly, it's great. I've found so many songs I'd forgotten about. Also found a few podcasts I'd recorded with some friends like 8 years ago and they are hilariously dumb. Jokes. You could tell a joke easy in 2010 and no real issues. We had comedians that would make seriously messed up jokes. Now though, one joke and that's your entire life ruined. Everyone that used to have ringbacks in the early 2000s was replaced by Vivaldi's Four Seasons. A BlackBerry. One of those hair extension feathers. In the case of people my age now, 21. Braces. T-shirts with Cookie Monster on them. T-shirts with slogans about bacon. General Motors was still selling Hummers in 2010. I don't see any in my city anymore, although I sometimes see them in Western Canada. Jokes that didn't offend an entire culture. Regular size/shape lips. It seems that every other girl has those filler injected lips, which I think looks weird. It's all the craze nowadays. But I don't find it particularly attractive on a girl. A laptop case you would put into your backpacks. Should build. But took like half of your bag's space. Now we have thin cushion laptop backpacks that are perfect for laptops. Also, In 2010 I remember I used to own this toy. Many people had it, I'm pretty sure. But it was a walking cell phone. Most toys back then were basic plus highs or everyday objects with faces on them. Nowadays we have toys like lightsabers and 1000-degree knives. Yes, I'm not kidding. I still had an external 3.5 floppy drive, and a zip drive, and an external 100GB HD the size of a hardcover novel. Myself and my friends in 2010 all had things called Tamagotchis. They were virtual pets on a mobile computer thing. You would raise them, feed them, play games with them and level them up, so they eventually evolved. You started with a baby version, and if you left it for too long on its owl, it would eventually die. A phone separate from a music player. Walking around with a flip phone and an iPod. I forget how convenient it is now. Flip phone. We forget that it's really only been in the last few years that smartphones became ubiquitous. In 2010, smartphones were still just a rapidly rising class of phones that was not a majority of total phones sold. The issue of just what the dominant smartphone paradigm was going to be hadn't been fully settled on yet. With a wide variety of smartphone types and functionalities still being experimented with by a fairly wide variety of companies, Android was still a relative newcomer. iPhones were just reaching other carriers besides AT&T, which had exclusive rights until the iPhone 4, and RIM's BlackBerry was still the most widely sold smartphone available. With a dominant market share in the smartphone area that was about to fall off a cliff. Shucks! Even Windows Mobile hadn't miserably failed yet, and Microsoft was gearing up to release the sort of smartphone, but not really waving goodbye to about $1 billion as it did so. AM/FM radio transmitter in your car. I did a road trip through Canada without an auxiliary port in my car and had to use this for my Zune. Flip phones were still pretty normal. Or those ones that would slide open to the keyboard. If I see someone with that now, I think they're a lunatic. This is pre-2010, but does anyone remember a phase of charity wristbands being everywhere? I never seen anyone with bracelets anymore. Hope. And no, that's not a political statement. In 2010, I literally had hope for the future. And that's basically gone. Unlimited data on my Canadian phone plan. Still not over it. I had unlimited data for $25/month total bill before companies realized they could charge whatever they felt like and raised their prices. A legendary line on television that can no longer be used for reference. Chang. Ha. Gay. Sunglasses that weren't sunglasses, they just had plastic stripes across them. Like you can't see? 1. AOL broadband phone dialing whenever you went online. 2. The term, "You've got mail." 3. Getting my Netflix from a dispenser at the grocery store. 4. My SPACE 5. A Thomas guide in my car. 6. Having to buy music on iTunes for your iPod Nano. A sneeze. In 2010 nobody cared. Now just because my nose itched suddenly everybody in the train think I have the plague. Oh. Wait. Just going to a website. You could enter. Read an article and go back to the browser. Now you need to accept cookies. Log in or create an account. Need to subscribe to their mailing list, and you must wait 5 seconds before you can close an ad. A will to keep going. Humor happens. Someone to talk to, friends, a family. There is a lot actually. Maybe pixelated games? Graphics have gone from pixel graphics to VR imagery. Still, some games still look blocky, but not quite popular. Minecraft isn't pixely. Per SE. It isn't like Pokémon Black and White from 2012. An iPod Touch. I haven't seen one of those things in years, and literally everyone I knew had one. I know they still make them, but I don't see anyone with them out anymore. I miss mine. Those weird shag bands. I had loads because I thought they were cool, but my friends would always say each color meant you have done a specific sexual act.